I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Kitsu joins us. Hi!
Hi!
And Kitsu is on the stream right now, so you don't need to introduce yourself to your streamers, but could you introduce yourself to the folks on the interview, please?
Well, I'm Kitsu. I'm sorry. I'm so nervous. I'm a VTuber, a streamer, and I guess you could now call me a content creator as of late. As still feels kind of awkward calling myself that, but my YouTube channel has been kind of picking up as of recent, so
that is
that's
true.
nice.
That is excellent. In fact, I'm going to call you an influencer. How about that?
No, absolutely not.
We've found the hot button.
Content creators fine, but influencer no.
Absolutely not. Under no circumstances. Oh my gosh. Well, you're also an artist, right?
Yes.
So how long?
I
mean, have you?
Sorry?
Have you always been an artist? Have you been someone from childhood picking up the crayons and marking up the walls?
I've always been drawing ever since I can think of, really. Yeah, like ever since I was able to hold a pen, I think I've always been drawing.
Yeah. So you must be good at it, otherwise you wouldn't be continue to do it. I'm so bad at it that they actually tried to arrest me last time I drew a stick figure.
Oh no.
Yeah, really bad. But it's very, to me, there's a lot of courage behind someone who not just enjoys art but will show it to other people. There's a little difference there. So how did you? Were you someone who always wanted to show off what you've done?
Yes, and I don't want to say yes and no, but it is kind of yes and no. It's because yeah, I'm about to trauma dump.
Oh, go ahead. Chat will enjoy.
Yeah, chat will enjoy this. My parents weren't really the proudest and the nicest, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
So it was really approved of that I was drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Also for like their religious background. I'm not religious; they are. Yeah, so I never really got the validation from my parents when I was drawing shit. So I guess I was trying to get them from the internet instead.
Hey, to me, anybody who does something like that, because art is a very personal thing to me. I think so anyway, and still has the courage to show other people what they've done, and you're willing to, take the slings and arrows along with the positive. That takes some courage.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Some folks will sit at home and draw a little bit. Say, "Oh, yeah, that's okay." But other folks, you obviously had enough confidence in what you're doing that they said, "Hey, take a look at what I've done and tell me what you think." That takes some backbone. I'm absolutely positive I couldn't do that. So early on, you were able to do that.
Yeah, I actually never looked at it that way.
See,
but especially when I think of my first drawings that I did post on the internet back in the DeviantArt days, they're so awful.
Well, I mean, you learn as you go.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like you had to self teach yourself how to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
So what influenced you? Was it just something you wanted to do and picked it up and started doing it?
Honestly, I never initially I didn't really have a reason. I just really enjoyed it as a kid.
Hmm.
But during teenage years, it definitely got more as a like venting my emotions kind of thing with my family and all of that shit.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's because I enjoy it. And it took so long for me to finally understand and to like feel that I draw for myself and I don't really need the outer validation anymore. That I enjoy it for myself.
That's good.
I used to, as I said, like I never really got the validation from my parents in that regards for art, but now I absolutely enjoy drawing for myself. And well, also I no self plug. I also do commissions,
Right, right, right.
and then I don't really. Well, I do draw for myself in the sense that I get paid for it, but it's
Yeah.
also doing art for others. And when I actually started doing commissions and like people actually like wanted to commission me, it was like, holy shit, people actually enjoy my art. That's insane.
Well, that in itself is validation, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
it's got to be good to feel that somebody that not only is somebody recognizing your talent and abilities, but also wanting you to do more for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's really cool. I mean, that that doesn't come around very often, and it shows that you were right in the first place by cultivating your own talents and abilities.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the ultimate validation when someone's
It is. It definitely is.
so
It
when you get somebody who does offer you a commission, what types of art will you accept for that types of thing? I mean, is it paintings of people or art of people, or is it what?
so I
Yeah,
what kind of commissions I basically do.
yeah,
At the moment, basically, it's more of I'm more of an emote artist at the moment. That's I would say not only not the quickest or easiest, but the thing that I enjoy the most because it's just a cutesy art style that I really enjoy doing. I did do a couple of PNG tuber models for a few people,
nice.
but that is, in all honesty, it's such a pain in the ass to work on. It is so much work for that,
Yeah, and I mean
but
you're an
it's the
artist.
most I do. I like chibis too.
Yeah, but you're an artist, so almost and I tend to throw everybody in the same box with this, but it's been true every single time I've talked to an artist. You're never satisfied with it. Am I right?
Um, I had that a lot that things weren't satisfying enough that it could always be improved. But as of the past months, really, it's been more of like an improvement journey where like every art piece that I do is better than the other, and I see my improvement into it, and I'm actually like more proud of myself than more disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's good to know. I mean, so many. There's usually here at somebody. I can always in you take a look at it. Oh, that's really nice. But I could always do this, and
Yeah.
I could move a little more shading here, and I could do this here, and then
Yeah, an artist is their worst own critic.
yeah,
That is absolutely true.
7 or 8 days later, well, it's almost done now. But does it help when you have a deadline?
Yes and no. It definitely helps because there's a certain time frame when you need to get something done in that it has to be done, but it can also stress me out.
Yeah. Well,
Me, just as a person myself, it kind of absolutely stress me out.
well, I mean, you do art online on a stream, don't you?
Sorry?
Do you sometimes you do art streams? Am I right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
how does that work and not stress you out when you've got your community looking over your shoulder while you're doing it?
Oh no, on stream it's just like on stream it's always chill.
Wow. Yeah. So you're not getting backseat artists.
So
Doing,
far, I haven't actually.
yeah. So when it happens that now that I'm talking to you and Chad, I'm giving them ideas.
Oh no. Don't listen, chat.
No, no, please don't. Don't interrupt the artist. Yeah, but sometimes I hear that folks get kind of irritated uh, because you'll have somebody in the chat who, and this happens with games too.
Yeah.
They'll start backseating you and telling you exactly what to do. Um, Imagine for someone who is a talented artist, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, I've seen posts on Twitter about people backseat drawing, so to speak. It is so absurd. Like the audacity people have to just like come into a chat and say, "Yeah, you should do this and this better." Like, who are you and why are you asking? Like, why are you talking?
Well, I can tell you, when I show up in your chat, you can definitely not listen to me because I would never steer you correctly as far as art is concerned. I may actually have negative art talent.
I think that's possible.
Oh yeah, well you didn't see my art grades in school. Yeah, I created some new impossible lows back in grade school when it came to that sort of thing. Now, when you're streaming the games, you say you like to do different ones, but like chill ones. I saw the Stardew Valley come up. Have you been
Yeah,
have you been playing that with the new updates?
I played that with the new update a bit. I don't play that much on stream anymore
Yeah,
because I wanted to have more like of a chill time
yeah,
with my friends offline.
yeah.
And I'm what have I been streaming on games? I don't even fucking know anymore. I'm sorry, I don't know if I should swear on
No worries,
the
no worries.
interview.
Don't worry about that. What have you been streaming lately as far as games go?
Last week I tried to stream Outer Wilds because it was a requested game from one of my viewers and friends, but my PC unfortunately can't handle that, so I couldn't continue that anymore. Um, at the very start of streaming again now, when I started back up streaming, when I say back up serious, like I've been consistent with streaming again since January of this year, I would say. So with that, that's what I usually refer to as the start of streaming again.
Right?
I've played Cult of the Lamp a lot
Oh yeah.
because that update came out,
Hmm.
the new DLC for that. That was great, especially because you could include your community with all the Twitch features, and they
Yep.
could be cult members, and all of was really fun.
And they can mess you up good.
Yes, they can, but my chat at the time was way too nice to ever mess me up.
I like that. My chat at the time was really
Yep.
nice.
Now with the recent growth, I'm not too sure if that would be the case anymore.
Oh, I'm sure the chat right now is perfectly fine and it always stays in line and tries to help you out all the time. Is that right, chat?
Mm, as of recent, they decided to start quote unquote bullying me by throwing subs at my face.
Oh no. Hey, as long as they're buying subs, good for them. Good job. Um, the the I've enjoyed watching folks play that game. I haven't started it yet, but it looks like a game you can really get involved in a hurry and kind of get immersed in it.
Cult of the Lamp?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's really great. The first time around I played it, I binged played it and probably was done with it like 2 days of playing it. But then replaying it and with all the updates with the community, it was a lot of fun.
pretty chaotic by the end, I bet.
Yes.
Uh, well, so you say you've kind of been back at streaming since the beginning of the year. Um,
Yeah.
when did you actually get started especially VTubing?
VTubing I did get started with January/December.
Hmm.
Um that's when I really decided to start VTubing, or like I've been thinking of VTubing since like over a year before that,
Right.
but I actually just started it up in November, December, and like been consistent since January.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I actually streamed on and off, very on and off, with face cam before as well, or just no cam at all.
Mm-hmm. And did you find it easier when you had your own avatar to stream with?
I find it way easier now to stream than before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like without a camera, it's like who just wants to watch gameplay with no face to put behind the voice? That's always what I feel like with streams.
Yeah.
With face cam, it's like, oh, you gotta like make sure your room looks okay, you look okay, everything looks okay, and on top of having social anxiety,
Oi.
uh, it having a VTube avatar just makes things easier, and I look cute at it. I will admit in chat, my avatar looks cute.
Yeah, I think so. I think your avatar looks great, actually. Did you
Thank you.
did you design your avatar, or did you have someone else do it for you?
Um, the avatar I'm using is a pre-made model, which comes with a lot of customization. So I
Mm-hmm.
customized it myself.
Mm-hmm.
The design is mine of the character,
Mm-hmm.
like all the colors and stuff. That's on me. Has been my character for a few years
Mm-hmm.
already, kind of. But
So you've been working on
uh,
this character for a while.
yes, like it's in the art community, or like generally, it's I guess it's called a persona or whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah.
It went from one to another, and it just kind of evolved into this design over the years, like kind of naturally, even.
Well, that brings me to this question. Since you've obviously thought of personas, characters, types of things, how about working on your own visual novel?
Never ever really thought about that. No,
Well,
like as of a visual novel, no. Like maybe an own story. Like as a kid, as a kid and teenager, like I thought about drawing my own manga and whatnot. But like nowadays, it's like I don't really have the creativity, I would say, to do that.
well, I don't. That's up to you. I imagine that you've got a few ideas, characters that are back there in your head. Think, this would be pretty good,
They
and
exist, yes,
yeah,
but
and maybe you've maybe thought of if that's something, they would probably do this if they were in you say no, but again, you're an artist.
yes.
Just admit it, you're an artist. Which is a great thing. I really I'm glad that there's a medium where creative and gifted people can show what they can do to all of us all over the planet. Um, Back when I was a kid, that wasn't going to happen, and folks stayed in their house and didn't get a chance to unfold and unfold their wings and blossom a bit. But it sounds like you've really taken it to stride.
Sorry, I'm just like kind of taking the entire sentence in and thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Well,
But yeah, it's crazy how how far the internet and the world has come. Like on one hand, yeah, there's like awful things going on and shit, but on the other hand, it's also amazing how far we've come.
yeah. It really it. I'm really glad that there are the positive things to help outweigh the other stuff. But the fact that you're able to communicate with and show what you can do to people who are standing upside down from you on the other side of the planet is pretty amazing.
That is amazing, yeah.
Yeah,
That everyone can connect in that kind of way.
yeah, and
Really at a mouse click away, more
Yeah,
or less.
yeah. As long as they remember to turn the power on, you're in good shape. they now your the interaction that you've been able to have with your audience. Um, is it easier for you to interact with them when you're doing an art stream or on the occasion when you've got a game going on?
It's I wouldn't say either of them is easier. I think for example, when I do art streams and talk to chat is more distracting from my art, so I like get art done less efficiently, like time efficiently,
Mm-hmm.
than if I would just work on my own. But I think that's just natural because I
Mm-hmm.
would just want to talk to you and chat at the same time. I don't just want to leave them on red. Like, why am I streaming then?
have you always been
Uh,
have you always been someone who wanted to have an audience?
I had thought about that question actually myself recently. I wouldn't say that I've always wanted to have one, but let's go back to the start of my VTubing career, like to January.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you have heard of her. She's the biggest streamer of Fox VTuber as well, a Kitsunero VTuber called Pixie.
Mm-hmm.
She had made a post on Twitter for like drawing Pokemon from memory, and I thought might as well shoot my shot. Like if it goes nowhere, it goes nowhere. But she actually messaged me, and we actually had a collab with like me, her, and two others.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously at the start I was just like hyper nervous before it was going on and just like panicking. Oh my god, should I even stream this? Should I not stream it? Like whatever. It was hyper nervous, but once I actually started and where all the communities, like all the four communities started like talking and like interacting with people, it was so much fun. And I just thought I I just wanted for it to keep continuing.
Yeah.
Uh, because there were so many people just like interacting and taking part in it because the audience was also taking part in the drawing the Pokemon from memory, and it was so much fun. It was actually so much fun that after the collab was over, I just like started crying literally. Like
Oh.
the collab was over and I suddenly whoa crying, and I didn't even understand like why. I just knew I was sad because it was over. And
Yeah.
then I realized I really, really, really want to keep doing this. I really do want to keep streaming and create content and have a community of my own that I can talk to and enjoy spending time with.
Yeah. And they enjoy spending time with you because here they are. I mean, yeah, it's not just your talent, but it's your personality that brings it back. And obviously, you've got that going.
Yeah, which really surprises me because I always thought of myself as like a quite a boring person, but apparently people disagree.
See how wrong you are? No, it's very obvious just from talking to you here what type of an outgoing person you really are, whether you feel it or not. And maybe you won't go down the street and say hi to everybody that comes near you, but the fact is that once you've gotten this ability to have an avatar and have the ability to talk to people without having to see them in person, it does make a big difference. Uh, you open up really, and you're just a vibrant person.
Actually, I don't think anyone ever called me vibrant. That's actually quite surprising, but yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from. Like when I think about how I interact with people, like it's like the more I stream, the less like shy I get nowadays. Like the more used I get to it as well,
Yeah, yeah.
and the more fun it gets.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's fun just talking to you here. I can tell you that for sure. And heck, I've known you now for 20 minutes. uh, the one question I do want to ask you is transitioning from pen and paper to working on a computer program as far as art goes. Did you find that
Mhm.
tough, or did you find that easy?
It was quite easy, actually. I had transitioned very early on. Like,
Hmm.
while I was still in school, middle school, I would say, even like late middle school,
Oh,
where me and my best friend at the time both got. Like, we were both into drawing, so it was like we always encouraged each other to draw as well. So that always helped.
yeah,
And she got a graphic tablet, and then I wanted to get a graphic tablet because it was so amazing to draw on hers.
yeah.
And then I got one, and it actually was pretty intuitive. In the recent years, since I dropped drawing more like over the past years of like adulthood and
Right.
shit, and uh, whatever other issues I had going at the time, where I just like dropped drawing. And when I came back to it, I had more or less of a disconnect between me and the a normal drawing tablet. Like, and I had decided to get a screen tablet,
Ah,
which I'm still using now,
yeah.
which definitely feels more like I'm drawing digitally. Like, it started to feel like I'm just editing instead of drawing while I was using one without a screen. But now it definitely feels like I'm drawing when I actually have the pen on a digital screen and I see the lines coming up and whatnot.
Wow. It's I tell you, it's great to hear somebody who is enjoying themselves as much as you are, obviously, and it's great that you're able to share with us your talents, and I do appreciate it, and I'm sure chat does too, whether they say so or not. And please say so. It's good. It's good to hear. I'm very glad to meet you, and I'm very happy that you're enjoying yourself and things are going well for you.
Thank you.
So, have you got any big plans coming up on the channel?
Um, I've been thinking about what I should be doing for like 1,000 followers celebration, because I'm almost at 900 and I'm probably gonna hit 1,000 followers on Twitch pretty soon-ish, I would say. Like, not that long off with like the current growth, like looking at the current growth.
Yeah.
And I've like been talking to Chat about like what we should be doing for it. Like, I don't want to do a subathon quite yet. I want to keep that like for my birthday in summer, or for like the affiliation
Right.
anniversary.
Yeah. So,
Uh, so yeah, I've been still discussing with Chet what we should do for that, so it's still open.
yeah. Yeah. Just come up with some ideas, chat, because you actually help all these channels go too, and every time that you continue to support wonderful people such as this streamer, you really do make a difference. That's the best way that you can be a part of the show, so to speak, is to let Kitsu know with your support uh, what they mean to you, and I do appreciate that. I very much appreciate Kitsu coming on with me. And once you get once you get that going as far as your next big effort on stream, what you're going to do for that push, let me know and we'll do an update with you. Okay?
Yeah, we can do that.
I hope so, because you've been an absolute pleasure to talk to, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Hopefully, yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.